Hello, hello. Good evening. I am your host, Cheryl, with the Speak Easy with Cheryl and Catina. And my co host is.
Katina Brown. Hey, hey, hey.
And um, thank you for joining us this evening. We have a great show in store for you tonight. This evening, we have Teresa B. Howe with this Heat Seekers magazine joining us, where she's going to be our March business highlight. In addition to that, we also have a fun time in store for you. We're going to be discussing music, R&B, ballads in particular. So glad you can join us. And without further ado, let us bring on tonight's guest, Teresa B. Welcome.
Welcome. Well, no, I'm not welcoming you. You're welcoming me. Hello.
That's what we get it
How
there. We
y'all
get it
doing?
together. Good, good, good. Hey, Jennifer, thank you for joining us this
Hi,
evening.
Jennifer.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it. Now, when I first came across your, I think I came across the post about your magazine, and I knew we had this coming up as far as our music segment. So, if you could tell us about yourself and your professional journey to, from when you first started to now.
Well, I started writing books. I'm an author
Okay.
of 5 books, Christian fiction. I
Okay.
really, I really was not expecting to get this far in the industry of music. It was not foreign to me because I was a singer at one time. I thought
Oh,
I was
really?
going to be
Okay.
famous and be background for Janet Jackson. But
I love
it didn't
it.
work. Didn't work out. Didn't work out. So I started writing books maybe about 7 years ago.
Oh,
Um, I didn't think it was going to get past my mother and father. The book soared. The very first book I wrote sold over 10,000 copies.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, within like 3 months or so.
What was the name
Um,
of the first book?
that church life.
Okay.
That
okay.
church. Yeah. And before you knew it, I was on Amazon top 10 of Christian fiction and got to meet some really good people. Victoria Christopher Murray, she helped me with my second book, gave me some tips and some editing skills. And
Okay.
from there, I started making my books into plays. And so once I started doing stage plays, that's when everything like completely changed. So COVID came about. 2019, I was doing my last play, and guy hit me up in LinkedIn, and he said, "Who are you?" I said, "I don't know. What you want?" So
Understand?
he was from Sony, and
Oh,
he was
wow.
like, I see you opening a lot of doors. So he gave me a Sony Orchard contract where I would be able to upload music for indie artists. And he said, you need to come out with a magazine to go with it. And he said,
Hmm.
back in the day in Sony in the late 80s, they had a newsletter called Heat Seekers. And so he said, why don't you make a magazine called The Heat Seekers? And I'm like, magazine? Like, what, dude, what are you talking about? So I looked around for a graphics person, found a graphics person. Then I started advertising to get a team of writers. And because I, made the popularity with the book, it wasn't
Right.
hard to find people to kind of help me out. And that's how it came about. And Heat Seekers, our first magazine, we put it out January 2021.
Okay. So just a few years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
That is really awesome.
So, how did
Um,
you know how to put that all together as far as the team and what you needed?
Well, my background is education. So
Okay.
I was in the classroom and I went into school administration. So I modeled everything, Yeah, I modeled everything I do on how to structure a team from when I had to structure a team in special education. So, and I learned quickly that if you get the right people around you that know more than you can be successful without knowing anything.
Right.
So,
Right.
so that kind of worked for me in education. So I was like, let me try this with the magazine, and it worked. So I picked some really good people who do some. They're still with me to this day, for the exception of
Oh,
the
good.
graphics person. I eventually learned how to do graphics on my own. So, but yeah, it it's been a journey. And this same Sony person, he knew a lot of celebrities, and so he was like, you need to have a talk show too. Put a talk show with it. So I had he had a lot of faith in me.
Wow.
He really did. He just, prophetically, like everything he said has come to pass. And so I started a podcast called Amplified Exposure Live. And I started interviewing celebrities through that. And then those contacts I used for my magazine.
Love it. Love it. Do you still have the podcast?
I stopped doing it sometimes last year because I just don't have the time. Like, I have 3 magazines now. I'm still trying to write books. I still work a full-time job.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
A lot going on.
Yeah, I have a lot going on. It wasn't working out too well and everything. So,
but that just goes to show you never know who's watching, who's paying attention. You still sometimes what I do, what you do can be seem like a thankless endeavor. But you never know who appreciates the things that you are doing and get something out of it. Now, who do you look to for like inspiration as far as in business or in writing?
Jesus. No.
I know that's right.
Number one.
Number one, Jesus.
Number one.
But yeah, so the writing world has been really great to me. So a lot of people that I actually was a fan of their books, I have now becoming colleagues and friends with, and have attended events with. Right. So, if I have a problem, or if I'm thinking about something, or I have a new idea, I can kind of send a text to those individuals. But I got a lot of help between writing, playwriting, and the magazine. Like, it was just endless on how many people were coming to me with ideas. So I can just say that I'm blessed, because
that is a blessing, because that's not always the case, unfortunately. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely a blessing. Now, so it sounds like this is just something that you weren't necessarily looking into, to start a magazine or a business per se.
No, ma'am. I just wrote a book thinking that, okay, maybe a couple of people will read it, and I never had any high hopes for it. And then it was like an overnight sensation. And it was around the time when Greenleaf had started.
Oh, right.
My book came out May 2016, and Greenleaf debuted the fall of 2016. So, and I have not watched not one episode of it, because I was told that my books are similar to the actual program.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. So I didn't want to get any ideas in my writing, but yeah, it's a lot of church drama.
And what was the latest book, the most recent book that you wrote?
It's called Delayed But Not Denied. And that book is about a first lady who is cheating on the pastor with a young minister. She was his first, and they develop a soul tie. He goes back to college. Well, he goes away to college, comes back with a wife, and then the first lady becomes a stalker. So.
Okay. We'll have to check it out.
That's awesome.
We are both avid readers, and then on my other show, on the Book Buzz show, I talk to authors. So I'm gonna have to have you on that show as well about your books.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely check this out. Now, Tina, I believe you had a question.
Well, we were as far as the magazine goes, what was the moment, you know, uh that took your magazine from, the stages where it was beginning to where its
Inception,
success
yeah.
today? Was there some type of, the big break moment that you had that made it elevate?
That pow moment.
Yeah.
Um, I think I think it was based upon some of the interviews, because when people got more familiar and they started reminiscing about the R&B artists that were on the front cover,
Mhm.
I think it got more popularity. Within the first year, we were like in 14 countries.
Ooh, I
We
love it.
had like 100,000 images, lots of readers. So I think it was based upon the people that I had to
Okay.
interview. So yeah.
That makes
Tony,
sense.
Tony Terry, Chubb Rock, Karen White,
Okay.
the oldies but goodies. So
Now, how did you get your first interview with a celebrity?
my very first interview was with Daishan. Oh, I can't believe I forgot Daishan's name, but he's with the R&B group As Yet.
Okay.
All right, right.
And we were actually friends.
Okay.
So, he was one on my Sony Orchard as well. He uploaded some music with me. So he was my very first person. And we had 5 readers that month.
Okay. Shoot, even if it's just
That
one,
We had 5 wonderful readers, but
Yes.
here it is 3 years later, and now we're talking about hundreds and thousands of people viewing the
That
magazine.
is
Of course.
So yeah.
amazing.
So, do you have any favorite interviews? Anyone that stand out for you, or ones that, or like more sentimental, or something like that?
Well, for the magazine, I would probably have to say, um, probably Chubb Rock. He was one of my favorite interviews. Um, but on the actual podcast that I had,
Uh-huh.
it would be Judge Joe Brown.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
I'd love
Yeah.
to meet
I
him
know
too.
that was I got to go back and look and listen to that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I forgot. I've done so much. Sometimes I forget what I've done. But I actually interviewed the Jackson brothers.
Oh, really? How was that?
I was so nervous. Um, Chubb Rock came to co-host for me because he actually is very good friends with Marlon.
Mm.
And I told him, I said, listen, this is the American family. Like, if I flub up, like, just keep going, because I already know I'm going to get tongue-tied. And as soon as the broadcast started, I was like, and
I
Chubb just,
understand.
yeah, Chubb just took off, and because he knows what questions to
Mhm.
ask because he knows
Right.
the family.
Yeah.
And he started talking about their cartoon and what was the name of the snake on the
Oh, I used to love
cartoon.
that too. Yes.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there amazed, like, I'm talking to Michael Jackson's brothers.
Hmm.
This
That
is
is
awesome.
amazing.
So
That
yeah,
is amazing. I would have been like
That
same with
sounds
you. That
like a
would have
good book too.
yeah.
Oh man, that was amazing. Ola, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Ola.
Um, we have a good show for you tonight, Ola, and make sure to check out the magazine, the Heat Seeker. Let me put it up on the
Oh
screen.
yeah,
We
we
have
can
a
put it up. Mm-hmm.
let's see. This is one of the covers for one of the issues
Mm-hmm.
with Curtis Blow.
That's nice.
And okay, so let's see. Now, do you have any advice for anyone who is trying to like start out in business? Anything you can suggest or something they need to look out for?
Yes. Look out for the coattail riders. You will meet a lot of people that all of a sudden become your best friend because they see that you're making moves and you're making a lot of noise in certain areas. And like I had people who, when I was writing books, they didn't really care too much for me. But then when I started writing magazines, it's like, oh, Teresa,
girl.
I just love you, girl.
Is that how it always? I tell you.
Yeah, so you have to write. You have to be careful for those, and be careful who you have in your circle. Do a lot of research. I'm a little historian myself. I like to research everything, from the writing craft on up, because you will have a lot of people come in and challenge you, especially as an African American woman.
Oh yeah.
And everybody, because you're an African American woman, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
They try to shut you up, especially males in the music industry. It's dominated by males, and they let you know that they are running the show, and you don't know nothing. I have dealt with a couple of celebrities who had been in the business forever, but they just didn't know digital content. And the digital world for music is totally different than back in the day when you had a CD or.
Right.
So I was trying to give someone a little bit of knowledge about, how it works. And, it's not, unless you're Beyonce, you might not make that much money, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, oh no, my argued. And then when the record doesn't get to where they thought it was going to get, they get upset with you. And I'm telling you, it's like you get 0.0001 cents per download now.
Wow.
It takes like 10,000 downloads to make $1.
Oh my goodness.
So
I see why a lot of them do start doing concerts and stuff again, and stand on the road, and if you're lucky enough, have endorsements and stuff, because you need that extra income.
Right.
Is there anyone on your wish list that you would want to have that you haven't had yet in the magazine?
Oh my goodness. There's so many people that New Edition.
Oh yes,
that would be good.
I would love to have New Edition, and I'm a little biased because I'm from Boston, so but I would love to have New Edition or Bobby Brown. I would love to have someone like Usher.
Man.
Mary J. Blige. I almost got Mary J. Blige because I knew her manager, but we never made it happen. And then you have some that you may send notices out to and they never respond. And then a year later, you'll get an email like, hey, she's ready to interview you. Like that happened with Melba Moore.
Okay.
So she will be for the May issue. She's coming up for the magazine.
Nice.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll make sure to check it out. And most definitely. Did you have any other questions, Tina, as far as the magazine before we move on to our music segment?
The only thing we I think we touched on it was about building the team, and I think you kind of already talked about, that you're really careful about building that team, and that makes it a success.
Yeah, it's not just me. Like I wish I could take all the credit. I really don't. I'm a people person, and I don't do the what is it, the pyramid where I'm up top and I don't do that. Like we are all equal. So that makes it easier as well because people can relate to me a little bit better. And I just really haven't had any problems with most of the stuff that I've done. So I'm thankful for that.
That's good.
And that probably would be a good, as far as advice as well for someone starting out in any business, as far as having the right team around you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've heard someone else, a business owner, say that as well, that you got to have the right people as far, because they were talking about negotiations, and she was saying you have to have the right people, negotiating for you. And
Oh,
that's
that was
true.
that Taraji? And they were talking
Oh
about
yes, yep.
Taraji and her team. Well, her lack of a team.
Right.
In the
And that was
beginning.
with one of the business ladies, the business women that I
Yeah.
follow, and she was saying that it could also be just who you have around you. You might need to change your team.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because your team can make you go to the top, or they can make you go to the bottom.
Like with anything, right?
Right.
Who you surround yourself with. That's definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, as far as, have you run into any problems as far as, like I usually ask, and I asked our last business highlight, what were some of the challenges that you ran into or that you run into, have still dealing with as far as being a business owner? And
one of the biggest challenges is making money.
and that's basically what she said too, the resources. Yeah.
Making money, because in order to make something great, you have to put money into it. And I found myself putting more money in than money that I'm actually getting in return.
Mm-hmm. I've been there too. Yeah.
Right. So it really has to be a passion. And writing is a passion for me. It's very therapeutic for me, whether it's the magazine or whether it's writing books. But unfortunately, because the way things are with literature and books and digital, and bookstores don't really carry as much as they used to.
Right.
You don't have the same magazine distributors out right now. A lot of those companies have shut down. So it creates more hustle and bustle for the creator. And sometimes you just won't see a return. So you got to be really diligent about, what you're trying to do and why you're doing it. Because if you start out doing it just to make money, it will not be successful. You really have to have patience, and you're doing this because you're trying to give back to the community, or you're trying to really brand yourself in a different way. It has to be a reason why you want to continue. But if it's all about making money, you
yeah,
won't
because you
last.
have to love what you do in order to even want to put up with all the hurdles that you're going to have to encounter. Because I used to do vendor events and event planning, so I used to dealing with people. Man, just that alone, you have to love what you do in order to like push through.
Exactly.
Yeah, most definitely. So is that, as far as the digital, is that what determined that you would have the magazine would be digital instead of in print form?
Well, we
Is
do also offer it in print
Oh, you
form.
do? Okay.
Yes, we do. Digital is what allows us to know the statistics of who's
Okay.
reading and who's not.
Okay.
But the print form, it's very expensive to print a magazine. So where you could go in a newsstand and get a magazine back in the day for $1.99,
Right.
you might be paying $17 or $18 plus the postage. So it's very expensive to distribute, and a lot of companies, they just don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. So we're kind of on our own.
Oh,
Goodness. Times are definitely changing. I do notice though that with magazines, I still like to actually hold them in my
I do
hand for the
too.
most part. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you about that. So that's good to know that it's also in print form.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
is. And you told me to bring some with me.
Yes.
So I know you showed Curtis Blow, but here's Karen White.
Love it. Love it.
The Superwoman.
Yes, and we gotta let everybody know that's her real hair.
Okay. Love it. Love it.
And then Chub Rock.
Okay.
My brother from
Love the
another mother.
covers. Yeah.
Oh,
And
And you said
this
you do your own covers now? Graphics now? Okay.
Yes, I do. So the ones with the red background, that's when I had a graphics designer.
okay.
But the one with Well, I paid now I know how to do it myself. So the ones that are, like this or like that,
Okay.
with the black background,
Mm-hmm.
that's all me. I
Okay.
just, and I like it better. The flames was getting on my nerves. It was like over people's heads, and it just didn't look right to me. So I had to let homeboy go. I'm like, listen, if you don't get rid of these flames, we're gonna have some problems. And
Well,
he
hey, it's
wasn't
good
willing.
that you were able to.
Yeah, he wasn't willing to get rid of the flames.
Really?
Oh no!
Oh, he was
no!
serious about his flames, girl. He was serious.
He said those are his. That's his baby. That's his.
Right. It wasn't my baby, so I said, "You gotta go. You gotta go with those."
Oh my gosh! I wanted to ask you too. Now, how does it work as far as like advertisers for the magazine? Is that still how magazines make money as far as?
Oh yeah, advertisement.
Well, social media right now is, of course, TikTok and Instagram are like the biggest things ever out there. You could do advertisement on Google and things like that, but the program that I use to create the magazine, they kind of self-promote for you. They put you on a magazine platform for you to be seen. So yeah, that's
No,
how
I
we're
mean like
getting.
the advertisers, like inside the magazine. You know how with Jet and Ebony and stuff, they used to have
Oh
the
yeah, yeah. So
report and all that in there.
we do allow advertisement. I actually allow it for free.
Okay.
That's my way of giving back to the community, because there's
Oh,
so
I love
many
it.
small businesses out there that just aren't being recognized. So I put them in the
Yes.
magazine.
That's
I love that, and I'm the same. I'm definitely for supporting small business, especially minority people of color.
And those
Right.
businesses, are they like word of mouth, that people that were referred to you, those small businesses, or just?
Well, I will normally just put something out on Facebook and say, hey, I'm giving away free ads for the next person who's willing to share the magazine to 30 people. And,
Okay.
yeah, immediately, yeah, you'll get a response. So from travel agency to writers, authors,
Yeah.
people putting out new movies.
Mm-hmm.
I even had
love
an
that.
ad one time for some whiskey. I don't
Okay.
drink. I don't
Yeah,
drink
I don't drink it
whiskey.
either, but
Yeah, but it was a cute little bottle, though. It was cute. And I went ahead and put that up. But yeah, I try to help out as much as I can.
That's awesome. I love that.
yeah, I love that too.
That's amazing.
All right, and how can people? I know we have your website. Is that where they can? Do you have a separate website for the magazine, or is that the same?
We will be having a separate website, the heatseekersmagazine.com. It's not up yet. We're still trying to create it the best way we know how. I don't know why I'm saying me, but yeah, I'm kind of working on that, but it's, and as far as the Teresa B. Howell, I went on ahead and pulled that website down.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to just put Teresa B.
Okay.
Okay. So Teresa
Yeah.
B is going to be and is that the name that you also write under, Teresa B, or is it Teresa?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I write under Teresa B. Howell is my married name, and I'm not married anymore. So
Okay.
yeah.
I understand that.
Yes, I wanted to be Teresa B. Just in case, he come back 10 years later talk about something.
right.
Yeah.
It's better to be
Hey.
Yes,
you never know. It's actually happened. Yeah, it's actually happened to a couple of my friends that write books. They're
for real.
Yeah, their ex-husbands come back in the picture once they see that they're making money, and they sue them.
That's audacity.
Oh my goodness. Man. Okay, so I'll make sure. And then like I said, I believe I have it in the description too. If you want, for anybody who wants to reach out and find out more information as far as the magazine or the books, you can check her out on social media, and when she gets the website up and running. All right, so we're going to switch gears a little bit or a lot, and go into our music segment. And tonight we're going to be discussing R&B ballads. Where have they gone?
Should have had music to that.
Yes, right. Now, one of the things me and Katina were going back and forth on trying to figure out what is really considered R&B, because we were naming like different artists and stuff, and when she named one artist, I'm like, is that really R&B?
It's like neo soul, and she's like,
yeah, I'm like, I don't consider that R&B. So, with you, as far as you're concerned, is there like some type of criteria as far as R&B?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yup. So for me, first of all, they have to speak clearly, because some of these songs you don't understand what they're saying.
Yes.
The background, the music has to be something that kind of like puts me in a
Makes you want to
mood.
groove.
Yeah, like it's soothing.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to make love to it, something like that. And the words have to be something that really touch my heart in order for it to be considered R&B. Yeah, back in the day when songs were made, like like we talk about Teddy Pendergrass and people like that.
That's always my top when I say yes.
Yeah, when you start hearing what they're saying, you're like, wait a minute, like they were really in love.
Yes.
Like and they might have been single as I don't know what, but the songs
they made you feel right.
Yeah, they made you think, oh, he really loved his wife.
And then Teddy, he gonna shock you and with all that. What did he say? Like turn them off.
Turn them up. Yeah. Don't you play him right now.
I love that grit, that passion, and it's like we're missing a lot of that in today's music. That's why I was so stoked when I heard October London that I was telling you about, that I mentioned, and I was just sharing it with everybody. I'm like, have you heard this guy's voice? Because it just brought me back to old school R&B. And it's a void because I miss it, even though Ola said they knew the true meaning of love. That's definitely because now we were talking about who today would we consider like to be like true R&B artists, and it's hard to come up with anyone. What's your take on that?
Well, I think we still got some good ones, but they are from back in the day, like Mary J. Blige and a couple of people like that. New Edition, y'all know I'm gonna say New Edition about 50 times
right.
before I get off this broadcast. New Edition, Bobby Brown, and New Edition. Yeah,
but that's still their songs from back in the day, though.
That's still
like modern stuff. I haven't seen anybody except for the one I just mentioned putting out. I mean, well, I guess what's his name? Is it Miguel? I guess his could be considered.
Is he R&B?
I don't know, but I'm just trying to think of.
I don't know.
Seemed like he had one out a few years ago that was, and I can't think of the name of it. That and Charlie Wilson is still putting them out too. R&B.
I was just talking about Charlie Wilson last night. Yeah. He's the same age as my dad. He's either 75 or 76.
Oh, really? Okay.
And
Mine
for him,
my father.
Yeah, and for him to still be moving and grooving and doing concerts
and sounding good
like I went to a New Edition concert and he was part of the concert, and like his show is amazing.
Well, I said the same thing. She says she loves his shows. I still haven't got. Every time he comes to the Detroit area, for some reason, I always end up missing it. But he's definitely, before he stops performing, I definitely have to see him. And I know, Katina, you and your husband saw him recently. Yes,
twice.
Right, Joe. Yes.
Yeah, Joe's good too. I've seen Uncle Charlie twice. One time here in Baltimore, and I think DC when he came recently. This year.
Yeah, so he's her age.
Always
amazing, still rocking and rolling.
Oh, always.
Yeah, he's had either hip replacement or something with his legs,
He did. Mm-hmm.
and he's still jumping around like nothing's wrong. Like, he's amazing. I wanted to get up on stage with him because he's just, the energy is like, that's how
Yes,
church used to
yes,
be back in the day.
yes.
So,
And see, he's from that when he was with
Right.
the Gap Band and all of that, so he still brings that flavor even
right.
today in his music, and I love it. I love it. Now, what
That
are some of the
reminds
differences? Huh?
it reminds me of his energy. May not be the same level. It reminds me of Gerald Levert, because he
Oh,
was
okay.
very, we would probably say extra right today, but he put on a great performance every
Yeah,
I
his
don't
time.
think I
dad.
ever heard. I don't think I ever seen him
You gotta
perform live.
pull up a video. Just he's amazing. He was rolling on the floor. Just,
Yes,
you
I've seen him in
know,
concert. Yes, he was amazing. But his dad's the same way.
Oh, I
Like,
love his. I
That's
love
the
his
same.
father. I love the OJs. The OJs is one of my favorite groups. So yeah, they're on my playlist. I play them all the time. But now, what are some of the differences between today's R&B and past? Like when you think of like the '60s, '70s, and the '80s and the '90s, what would you think is the major difference?
well, it seems like everybody's saying the same thing. It's they're like, no one from Teddy Pendergrass's area said, turn him up, turn off the light. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, that was his signature thing, right?
Right. But now with music, it seems like everybody's talking about the same thing. Everybody's saying the same thing. And
it's more about sex than love, from what I see.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it definitely is. Like, I love Chris Brown. Like, I just went to a Chris Brown concert recently.
I do too.
But I didn't realize, because I guess I've been listening to all the edited versions. I ain't realized Chris mouth was like that. Right. I was shocked. Like, Chris, what you talking about? Like, I don't remember them songs saying that. So I had to go back and listen to the unedited version after the concert, because I was like kind of mad. Like, Chris, what you talking about?
Like, can we get some singing? Jennifer says she loved her some Gerald and the OJs and love Teddy. Yes, Teddy is probably one of the ultimate, I would say, as far as giving you that R&B feel. Luther is another. I can listen to Luther's songs too.
We said Barry White. Did you say Barry White, or we did
Barry White too?
Okay,
because I got a Barry White on my playlist that I listen to. That's really like R&B. What is it called? It's called The Dance Floor. That's not the name of it, but it's in. Yeah, it's in. Actually, I'm about to look it up right now.
that oldie but goodie playlist.
Yes. That's
playlist.
That's mainly what I listen to.
That's what you put on when you're cleaning the house, or when you you're trying to relax for a good old.
It's called What a Night. Oh, What a Night for Dancing. Very White.
Okay.
Is Marvin Gaye included in that playlist?
Yes, several. Let's Get It On is one. I got it for you. Several of his. Because I'm all about old school.
When he was saying, listen, I get all philosophical. Y'all have to excuse me. But when he was saying, let's get it on, you didn't really think about the lyrics.
It wasn't raunchy. Yeah.
Right. Like, his let's get it on was like, ooh, we about to make love.
Right.
But Chris Brown's let's get it on is
yeah.
A big difference.
I was so appalled. I was like,
oh no.
Are you clutching pearls?
I was clutching pearls because I just didn't expect Chris to go down like that.
Oh man. Ola says she loved Freddie Jackson. Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I love Rock Me Tonight, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
By Freddie Jackson. That's another one you can just like, groove to, and like, oh my goodness. Now this is what we were talking about. If you could put together the perfect R&B concert, who would be on the program? That was one of Tina's questions.
New Edition and Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah, I know New Edition.
I'm gonna say that again. New Edition and Bobby Brown. Of course, New Edition, Bobby Brown, Usher, Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
And I might throw Chris in there if he stopped cussing.
If he did right. Maybe old school Chris when he's doing
old school Chris. I don't like the tattoo Chris. Tattoo Chris. He got a raunchy little mouth for a little boy. He just
oh man. Who would be on yours, Tina, as far as the programming for your ideal R&B concert?
Okay, so I was thinking Alive or Dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really clarify Alive or Dead. So it was a lot of people I never got to see, but the people that I still listen to, I'm on the fence about Anita Baker just because of the issues.
Because of what happened at the last concert.
Mm-hmm.
The same.
They said you're gonna be waiting, I guess.
The babyface thing, I don't know. So it gave me a little pause. But I gravitated, of course, toward like Whitney Houston.
Of course. Especially her 80s stuff. I love her. And that made my playlist too. You Give Good Love, and
you throw anything on and I'm in it.
Oh man.
I'm there. If it was Whitney, and Luther, like you said, Luther Vandross.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like Gerald Levert because I just loved his. I was listening to something today with him, and then I was like, man, he is really like he was really talented. So that was, that would really be the three I can. There's so many, but
right. Hi, King. Thank you for joining us.
He's actually part of my magazine. Thank you.
Really? Okay.
Yes, he's one of my best writers. I love him so.
Hey, King.
And he has his book group. I'm in the group too. I'm in now so many groups. Plus, I have my own group. Hello, thank you for joining us.
She's also with my magazine.
Okay.
Hey, Leisha.
Welcome, folks.
Welcome. Chime in, you all. We're talking about R&B, and how has it changed over since the modern R&B opposed to R&B of back in the day, like 90s, 80s, 70s. So chime in and let us know what you think.
What you talking about? Your mama's R&B, that kind of music.
Our mothers and mine, because in the 80s when I was a teenager, in the 90s when I was in my 20s, that was some of the best R&B.
I'm talking about when you were younger and your mama, y'all had to go to bed because they was having a party.
About like the Barry White and stuff when they put that on.
They were turning the lights down low, and I was like, we looking through the bars, like
you knew what was going on for real. How many ladies have said their babies were conceived off Barry White and Teddy and Luther? It used to be about love, now it's about we were just saying that. Yes, it's totally changed. Oh man. Jennifer is saying, a minute, it jumped up. Alicia saying, I think it really depends on what was trending for that generation. Now hardcore is in your face. Definitely sex sales.
That's it.
And that's all you hear when I usually listen to like my playlist, or I'm listening to like Sirius XM Groove. Let's see. Jennifer is saying Marvin. Is that Cease? Who is that, Jennifer? I don't even know who that is.
Who it is? I'm about to look that up.
Have you heard of her? Okay, I don't know who that is, Jennifer.
Who that is?
What's one of their songs? But yeah, so I'm always on the lookout for like some new R&B. And for those who are just joining us, we were talking about October London and his song back to Your
My
place.
place. Yeah, back to your
Yeah. So if you haven't checked him out, check him out because he definitely has that Marvin Gaye like style and sound. And if you're a Marvin Gaye fan, you'll definitely love it. Let's see. Oh, Cheryl is saying he's a blues singer. Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to look him up. I haven't heard of him before. Okay. And Cheryl, thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Welcome, Cheryl.
Alicia saying, yes, that's what everybody says. London gives that Marvin Gaye vibe. He'll have you grooving, I'm telling you. You were listening to Luther earlier. Yes, Luther definitely. I can listen to, I used to be able to listen to Luther's CDs all the way through without stopping.
CDs, Miss Cheryl.
Every yes. I'm dating myself, I guess.
You dating yourself?
I was gonna say album. That really would have been dating, but
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But what about some of the women that like?
We are talking about most of the men. I like now one of my favorites, and that made my playlist is Mariah Carey's what is it? Where is it? We Belong Together, that album. I think that was what's the name of that album? Mimi, something Mimi.
Okay.
But that entire album is excellent. But I love that We Belong Together is one of my favorites on that.
I can't think of any besides Mary and Whitney. I can't think of any other women.
Oh, we got I even have TLC down here for Red Light Special. That used to be my jam.
Remember we were trying to figure out if Beyonce was R&B.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What you all think in the audience? Would you think that that Beyonce? Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of maybe even when she was with Destiny Child. But they had a couple of R&B hits on their records. Yeah. Let's see.
I'm gonna throw something in there. Oh, what she said?
Oh, his song "Candy Liquor." No, I never heard.
Candy Liquor.
That sound kind of
I'm right, Candy Liquor.
Look, that sound like Chris Brown stuff. That don't sound. I don't know now.
All right, Jennifer, I'm gonna check it out. Let's see.
I see you,
Jennifer. Ola is saying that too. Marvin Cease was more blues to her. Yeah, not more blues than R&B. Okay. And we have somebody else, Brian Chapman. Hi, thank you for joining us. And he's saying the same thing. He's more blues genre. I'm gonna have to check him out because it seems like everybody know about him, but us up here on it.
Right.
Oh man.
We've been listening to Chris Brown, I guess.
Oh man. Oh, you're right, Cheryl. She said nobody mentioned Isaac Hayes, and I was just listening to one of his songs, and oh, you know what it was? I was looking at that movie on Netflix with Kelly Rowland, and they were playing Isaac Hayes.
Oh man.
But you're right. Yeah, he definitely has some good music. Some good.
He did.
Oh, and how did we forget? You're right, King. Aretha. Yes. Yes, and she from here, so I definitely should have remembered.
Wow, I forgot all about her. Thank you, King, because she is one of my all-time favorites.
And she's the queen. So.
Yeah, my aunt said that's how she got me to sleep by playing Aretha songs when I was a baby.
Wait a minute, Ola is saying the same thing. He had a song called Candy Liquor. We got to look that up, y'all.
I don't know about that one. I don't know.
Oh man!
Look, I don't like that. No.
King is saying Whitney. Yeah, we were talking about Whitney, especially like her 80s and early 90s stuff, but her 80s especially to me was more R&B. her 80s music, her 80 albums were more R&B
Yeah,
to me.
for sure.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Brandy. Yeah.
Oh, I love Brandy.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, if we're gonna talk about Brandy, let's talk about Monica.
You said Monica too. Yeah.
Monica.
Okay, okay, that's the name of it. Emancipation of Mimi. That was if y'all have never listened to that entire album, excellent. That's the one I was talking about who has We Belong Together on there. She threw down on that. Who's pop now? Okay, who are we talking about?
She's probably talking about Beyonce.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. Like he said, Beyonce started out as R&B. Yeah, because in Destiny Child, they definitely had some R&B hits. I agree with you on that. And Ola saying, Teresa, it sounds just like it's just what it sounds like too, Candy.
I know. That's why I'm like, So my person listens to Southern soul music, and I just started getting into that, and that sounds like something that they would be singing, like Candy Liquor and all that. Yeah, they about that stuff.
But because y'all keep talking about it, I'm gonna have to listen to it when we get off here so I can because I had never heard of them. But Jennifer said when her parents played that, it was time for bed.
I bet they did.
Jennifer, you start.
Oh, man. That's like what we were talking about with Barry and stuff. Huh? So with your parents, it was him, huh? Oh man, King is saying 702.
Yeah, they were good.
But King, who do you think is now who has that R&B vibe? Besides October in London, that's the only one I could think of now. That's like modern, that is, putting out new music and is truly R&B.
SWV could be
part of it. Yeah, they definitely did R&B. And I said something about Miguel, but I can't think of his the song I'm thinking of. Oh, you know who else? Kiki. What was her name? Kiki and Wyatt. Yeah, Kiki Wyatt and Avant. They had some excellent.
Oh yeah, that was a.
How about this? How about Mint Condition?
Mm-hmm.
How did we forget them? Oh my goodness! I just saw the lead singer. He just had a concert here in Atlanta.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. He's very good.
I love Stokely.
Okay, now King is he talking about one of my favorites here, Curtis Mayfield. Yes.
Watch out now.
Yes. Even his Christmas song was R&B. Was still one of my favorites.
Right.
Oh man, Dionne Warwick. Yeah.
I wasn't really man.
Oh yeah, Aretha is up there.
I respect it.
Patty too, because I was just listening to one of Patty's songs the other day. What was the name of that song? Baby, can we? When we're together.
I know what you're trying to. Is that the one with Michael McDonald? Am I going too far? Okay,
no, this is her herself.
That's on my own. That's something else. Okay.
Yeah, she has. I forgot about Patty. She has some good stuff. What would you consider with Tina Turner since she went rock?
Not when she went. Since she went.
Before
what's love got to do with it? Is kind of is that? Would you think that was R&B?
Yeah, that could be more R&B. Yeah.
But definitely her stuff when she was with Ike Turner. Definitely that was.
Anime.
You die, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh yeah, you're right, Brian. We didn't mention Babyface. Yeah, Whip-a-Pig. And guess who else we forgot? Keith Sweat. He was big back in the day,
and he was in concert too with Chris Brown.
Oh, for real? Can he still sing?
Yes.
Okay. Cheryl, you said can he still sing?
Well, Well, listen. I'm
Everybody
gonna say this.
don't sound good in live.
Well, I never thought he could sing on the record, but
I am so glad I'm not the only one.
but you know,
Dude.
yeah, we listened to him. Babyface had a concert too.
Oh, thanks,
Recently
girl.
in Atlanta. Where do you guys live? Where do you live?
I'm in
I'm
Detroit,
in
outside of
Baltimore,
Detroit.
Maryland. She's in yeah.
Wait,
In
say that because
Michigan.
both of y'all. You from where, Cheryl?
Detroit.
And
Can you hear me?
Yeah, and
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Y'all need to come to Atlanta. We everybody you've named comes here. Like this is the hub for R&B, hub for everything. We get concerts all the time. Like Neo, I really love Neo. I could probably consider him R&B. I got to see him in concert.
Some of and I love his stuff like Champagne. I listen to that CD all the time when I used to have it with Champagne Love and all that on there.
Yes.
Oh yes, Ola, let us see. I
yes.
love her. And and Jaheim.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's trying to make a comeback.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. He's been trending.
Yeah, a few people were upset with him. So, but yeah, but his voice is excellent. Him, let us see, their song together, love it. What's her name? This is not who I was thinking about, but Alicia Keys and Maxwell. I love that song. The Fire We Make.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
What's the one I was just thinking about? Not Alicia Keys. It was Keisha. What's her name?
Keisha Cole.
Keisha Cole.
Keisha Cole. Yeah, she's good too. Forgot about it. Wow, you're naming a lot of people. If we had to put a concert together based upon everyone that you just named, it would be very difficult.
It would be lit. Yes.
Sounds like a festival.
Tamia, definitely. Yeah, Deborah Cox. Yep. Tamia, excellent voice.
Festival.
Yeah.
Glenn Lewis. I'm trying to remember who that is. Glenn Lewis.
Oh yeah, Glenn Lewis. We've only just begun. Is that him?
Is that who that is? I don't know. Because at first when you said Glenn, I was thinking Glenn Jones or something. But
I'm thinking Glenn Jones. Yeah.
Oh, a little plug. Glenn Jones is on the next cover. It'll be out in a couple of days.
Yes. Ola, yes, you're right. Isley Brothers, OJs. And we talked about the OJs. And I'm from Motown. I love all Motown. Stevie. Is Stevie considered R&B? I'm not sure. And the Temptations. We already talked about Marvin Gaye. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Forgot all about
the Dramatics is one of my favorites too. They're from here.
That would be a banging concert.
Yes, Fantasia. Yes.
Fantasia.
Another.
I've seen her in concert too.
You gotta see her in concert. Ooh.
She's amazing.
Oh, I bet. Ola is talking about another one of the Detroiters, Smokey. Yes, Smokey. And he got a new album out too. Ola. It's called what's it called? Gasm. And he had what he ate. I said, go ahead.
Child 95. I don't even know.
He about to be put up there with Candy Liquor. I look at Smokey do nothing at 80 years old. like what?
King is saying no, Tina. Well, she did used to be R&B when she was with Ike. They used to do R&B.
Yeah.
You said they were rock? You thought they were rock?
Who
Ike and Tina. I thought they were more R&B.
I don't know. I don't know. They could have been.
I forgot about him. You're right. King is in Omarion.
Oh yes, he's great singer. I saw him in concert too.
So that
he has something recent out, doesn't he? Didn't he have an album or something to come out recently?
So. I don't know.
I'm not for sure.
I don't know.
Because it seemed like I saw him being interviewed on something not too long ago.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all one. I'm gonna give y'all Tyrese. Good one. I mean, he has a beautiful voice.
He does, even though he's crazy. Yes, he
Yes.
does.
Ooh.
You remember
Yes.
him on the back of that bus singing for Coca-Cola commercial? Yeah, he does. But on my playlist, I had October London. I had Al Green, Let's Stay Together. I said already Alicia Keys and Maxwell Fire We Make. I had Atlantic Star, If Your Heart Isn't in It. I had Alexander O'Neal, If You Were Here Tonight.
Yeah.
Freddie Jackson, we talked about him, Rock Me Tonight. I had LTD with Jeffrey Osborne, Love Ballad. That's one of my favorites of theirs. Teddy, Come Go With Me. Whitney, You Give Good Love. Mariah, We Belong Together. TLC, Red Light Special. Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Usher, There Goes My Baby, and Good Kisser are two of my favorites of his. Charlie Wilson, There Goes My Baby. OJ's We Cried Together.
Oh, that's a good one.
Frankie Beverly Mays, Before I Let Go. The Temptations, My Girl, You're My Everything. Joe DeC, Cry For You.
You dug deep, Cheryl.
Can you share that playlist with me? Like,
sure can.
So I got a little. Mine's a little different. I have the Lettucey.
Oh yeah, no, I'm surprised I don't have her on there because I have her on my regular, my actual playlist.
Of course, I think it was the song "All the Way," "Mint Condition." One of my favorites. What was it? What Kind of Man Would I Be? Charlie Wilson. Anything he plays. SWV. Weak. I actually threw in that Jennifer Hudson because I love the her version of "And I Am Telling You" when she did it on the movie. After 7, I had on there. That's not too old, but I think it was one of their songs, "Running Out." Kevon Edmonds, if you recall, 24/7 from about 14 years ago. Lord help us. I pulled one from the archives. Regina Bell and JT Taylor.
Okay.
All I Want Is Forever. That's a good wedding song too. Of course, Anita Baker. I threw in Rochelle Farrell.
Okay. Is that more jazz though?
She's probably jazz, I would say. You're Glenn Jones. We've Only Just Begun. UNV. That's an old one.
Who is that?
You remember? It's like 10 years ago. The song is "So in Love with You." It was actually my wedding song. That's how.
Okay.
And the Luther Vandross, Gregory Hines song.
Ebony, is that them? Oh no, that's not them.
There's Nothing.
No, there's nothing better than love.
Better than love. Tony Terry.
I'm a music person, but
yeah. Threw in a Will Downing. I know he's jazz, but love him. Johnny Gill. I loved his There You Go. From what's that movie with the girl with the panties? The Kid.
With the who?
Eartha Kitt. And she was Marcus and
yeah.
Movie Boomerang.
Okay, yeah.
I also had Eric Benet on my list.
He definitely. Yeah, I love Eric Benet's. I had a CD that was his that I like. I can't think of the name of it though. It was after him and Halle. Actually, it was not too long because he had one song on there that was dedication to her. But you know who else I love? One of his songs, and he's rock, but this song actually sounds R&B to me. Is Lenny Kravitz, the one his breakup song with Lisa Bonet. What is it called? I'm gonna have to send it to y'all, but that sounds more R&B to me. But you know who we forgot too? Angie Stone from back in the day, and one of my favorite Prince songs, "Do Me, Baby." Definitely R&B. I have to play that thing over and over and over again when it was out.
Well, you know what? You know what my playlist is.
What? Oh, New Edition.
New Edition and Bobby Brown.
And Bobby Brown.
Don't forget Bobby Brown. because he had his own little thing going on. New edition.
Oh, King is saying Omarion. Oh, that's why I saw him being interviewed. He had a self-help book. Okay. It wasn't a record.
Okay.
It wasn't an album. Jennifer is saying Genuine. Well, he's be considered R&B. I'm trying to think.
He had the pony. The ponies. R&B.
I guess. Oh yeah, Ola, you're right. Anthony Hamilton. Yeah, we definitely forgot about him.
Yeah.
Certainly when we talk about Angie Stone, I should have thought about him. John Legend. Yep.
Oh yes. And he's good in concert too, John Legend.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet he is. He oh yeah, Shantae Moore.
He's great in concert too. Yes. He's very good in concert.
Kelly Rowland. Does she? Well, I know you talking about with Destiny Child.
Yeah, she has her own
album. Yeah, she had an album.
She did that one with what's that one called that everybody was surprised when she did? I can't think of the name of it.
She has a great voice.
Oh yeah, Kelly Price.
Oh yeah.
Well, you on it tonight? Wait a minute. Actually, I just had her on when I did the flyer. I attached the music, and it was her. It was Kelly Price. I don't know how I forgot about her. I did that. I think that was the flyer that I did with you for yours. I think it was Kelly Price's song.
She was with Mr. Big, right? And R. Kelly.
Yes.
Jennifer is saying Boomerang. Oh, she was telling you Boomerang, Catina, when you was, she does. You're right, King. She has a beautiful voice, Vanessa Williams.
Yes.
I still love her song from the 80s that she put out. Cheryl is saying Eric Benet's Chocolate Legs. I'm going to have to look. I can't think of it. I'm trying to think of how that goes. I'm going to have to look that up.
Legs.
Candy liquors and chocolate legs.
I was about to say that. Chocolate legs with the candy liquors.
Okay. Y'all giving me some stuff to add to my playlist. Okay. I forgot about most definitely. Oh man. Oh yeah. King. I love her songs too, and her voice, Heather Headley. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, she acting now. She has a series on Netflix, and she's doing pretty good too with it. I don't know who this is. Lenny Williams.
Lenny Williams.
You know what? The name does sound familiar. Is that the one that says oh
yes.
Is that him? Oh, the one I'm Tammy Terrell, yeah, she definitely had the voice. I hate that she died so young. Mary Wells, you talking about my neck of the woods, Detroiters, yes, Mary Wells, Motown, most definitely. Boys to Men, we forgot about them.
Yeah, I don't know. They were supposed to be in concert here in Baltimore, and we looked at the concert prices, and my husband said, "Are they really worth it?"
How much were the tickets?
They were up there because I think it was about
just like we were talking about. All these ticket prices are out of control.
Can't do it.
Oh, she said, "Yep, that is Lenny." Yep. Oh man. Oh, King is saying Lenny is old school. Yeah, but I listened to old school. I knew that was him. I knew the name sounded familiar, but because that's what most of my playlist is old school, from different decades, all the way from. I even have some 50s in there, with the Platters.
Oh yeah.
So.
She said the Platters.
Oh, you know who else I have on my playlist? My real playlist. That's real good. The ones that the movie was based on, Fire Heartbeats. The Dells. Theirs is real good too.
Yeah.
Yes. But so many great R&B, but most of them were old school R&B. We haven't really come up with any new, except for October London. Oh, and Charlie Wilson, because he's still producing great
Right.
R&B. But other than that,
Yeah,
we
the up and
haven't-
coming, it ain't really up and coming.
yeah, and I'm disappointed with that. Yes, King, you feel me? The Platters, yes, they were the stuff. Yes,
I
and that
wasn't,
was even before I was born, and I still love that stuff.
I wasn't listening to the Platters. I wasn't.
Oh yeah, Ola, yes, the Whispers, I love them.
What y'all think about the Barge?
The Barge was good back in the day. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I was a big DeBarge fan back then. Yeah.
They still
yeah,
want.
yeah. And I think they were R&B. Mm-hmm. Oh, Jill Scott, do we consider her R&B though? She's more neo soul, isn't she?
Yeah, more jazzy.
She jazzy.
She puts on a good concert too, by the way. Like most of a lot of these people I've seen in concert, which
Oh, good. Okay.
yeah,
I used to
I
love
didn't-
her. Is it the way? Is it the way you love me? Oh
Yes.
man,
Um,
still love that song whenever it comes on.
I like to watch her sing.
She said, Key said, "Don't roll your eyes, Teresa."
you already know, King. You already know. I'm giving you the platter. Talking about some platters. You know you too young to be talking about the platters. King younger than me. And he's talking about the platters.
He knows good music. That's the key. That's the key. Because platters were the stuff. Otis Redding, I listen to him. I listen to Sam Cooke. Yes, all good stuff. We got to encourage. I don't know what is going. Maybe October London. Getting the buzz to make other folks step up and bring
I'm
us
gonna have to
some
listen to this tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link.
Okay.
As soon as you hear, you're gonna think you're listening to Martha Gaye. I'm telling you.
Wow.
And he doesn't look like he sounds. If that makes any sense.
Wow.
And he looks like he's a young guy too. He's not.
Yeah, it's young.
No, yeah. And I think Snoop is the one who discovered him or put him out. I don't know if he discovered him, but he made him more. He got his name out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so Jennifer says send it to her too. I sure will.
You send us that candy liquor first.
Don't send that to me. Send me that candy liquor. Keep that to yourself, baby.
Sign that.
Oh man. But and I'll send you my R&B playlist to Teresa that you said you wanted. So,
Okay.
Latoya Luckett, yeah.
He had an excellent first album, was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what Catina said too, King Jennifer Hudson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, excellent. I can talk music all day long. So but we are at our time. I appreciate everyone chiming in and giving us your K Michelle. I haven't really listened to much of her stuff. I'm gonna have to
She R&B.
I
guess so. Yeah.
She has good music. Yeah. I think she does. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hers is a lot of straightforward though. It's right to the point.
Oh, wait a minute. What about bust your windows? What was the one that was called Bust Your Windows?
Blue Cottrell, is that Blue?
No, what was her? Oh, Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh,
she's awesome. Oh my God.
Yes.
Amazing.
Shout about her. Yes.
But
the music is great.
Yeah.
I love Jasmine Sullivan.
But I think it was a different demographic than me. But it just came to me. Yes, Carrie Wilson, yes.
I mean, King is a music lover. Let me find out.
You definitely thank you, Ola, for coming and joining in. And you had some good ones. You had some good picks. Most definitely. And King is saying Karen White. She's gonna be she showed Teresa just showed the cover with Karen White.
Karen White. Looking like she's 12. I can't stand
it. Jennifer said Melanie Fiona. Yep. And she had one with a duet with somebody that I liked. I can't remember who it was now.
I know what you're talking about.
That was real good. Wait, man, King is really Candy Burris.
King, you listen to music all day and night. I mean, you are on it. But
But
that's
Candy
why
stuff is with her group though, right?
Yeah, they in and out. They doing
Yeah.
tours right now.
they
When
are
they're
right.
not fighting.
Yeah, I'm about to say when they're okay. Yeah.
Because I know my a few of my family members when they saw them when they came here. Who were they with? Oh, they were with Tyrese and I don't think SWV was with them. I think that's when they decided to do their own thing.
Because they couldn't get it together with SWB. No,
but
these girl groups.
yeah, but they said that they did a good. Oh, Escaped. I couldn't think of their name, but yeah. Oh, and of course Gladys, and I saw her in concert years ago, and man, can she blow!
I would love to see her.
Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah, really
Too.
would.
And she still can. Because remember when they did the verses with her and Patty, she was throwing
Yes.
down. Yes,
Down.
most definitely.
The
I don't know
black
who
don't
this one
crack and the
is.
vocals don't go away.
Jessie J. I'm not sure who that is.
Jessie J. I've heard one of her songs, I think.
I'm not sure who that is, but I want to thank everyone for coming out and make sure to check out the Heat Seekers magazine.
Yes.
And stay in touch with Teresa. Her information is on the screen and it's also in the description. And also check out her books under Teresa B. I definitely will be checking it out. I'm intrigued about the one you just said. What's the name of it? Delayed but not denied. I'm gonna check that out.
Yes, and we just got word about that one last week or 2 weeks ago that we have a buyer that wants to make it into a film.
Oh,
So,
really?
That's right.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
I pray that it goes forth, you know.
Yeah. Just the
We
fact
will not be on Tubi. Okay.
And look, I was and and that's no shade to people who want to get their stuff, but I was listening to Roland Martin and he was saying that a lot of people don't know that Murdoch is the one who owns that network, and same with Fox when he had all the black people building up Fox, and then he dropped. Once he got there, he dropped them, and I think that's what happened with in Living Color. But people do go where they can get their stuff noticed. I guess I don't know, but I hadn't known that. I didn't know that until he had mentioned it. So you do have to do your research as far as who owns what.
I will not be on Tubi.
Well, congratulations, and I hope it all goes well. Truly, truly, truly.
I have to say, just before you ended out, Cheryl, I had a conversation with a friend the other night, and she said, "Let me check out Tubi," and I said, "Really?" She said, "Hold, let me give you the preface. Everything on there is not bad." But you have to give the disclaimer.
That is true. That is true. However, I will never know because I ain't about to go on Tubi.
And and you have to, because I said, if I hadn't been watching Roland Martin, I never even would have known that he is the one who owned it. So you have to be mindful of what people motives are, and we help and line their pockets. But again, continue success with the books, with the magazine, with the hopefully going to film the book. And King's still giving us he's still giving us you're right, we forgot about Brian Midnight. Oh man. I'm like you, King. I love music. I love books, I love movies. He's talking about Jodeci. We did talk about Jodeci. That's on my playlist. Cry for You, and I love Stay and all of that.
All of them.
Yeah, most definitely. But thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna reach out to you because I want you to come on the Book Buzz show too, and we'll talk books once I read this book, Delayed But Not Denied, I'll reach out to you and we can talk about it.
Okay, well, thank you for having me. I am honored. It's been a pleasure. We've had fun talking.
Yes, I
Boy,
enjoyed this. I enjoyed
music.
this tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Most definitely. And like I said, continued success. And I'm gonna definitely check out the editions, past editions of the magazine that I missed. Because I just found, I don't know how I just finding out about it when I reached out to you.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I did.
Well, if you type in my name, if you type in Teresa B or Teresa or TB Productions, all the magazines will come up. They're listed on issue. So,
Okay.
mhm.
All right, I'm
Will
writing that
do.
down.
Will
All right,
do.
sounds good. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of
Thank
your
you.
evening. Wait a minute, King.
King gonna keep going.
He said y'all can't stop the show. He said I'll stop so y'all can end the show. He talking about Music Soul Child.
I love
Thank
it.
you for joining us, King, and thank you for all of your input. And
Thank you.
you reminded me of some folks. So yeah. But everyone, enjoy your evening, and we'll see you next week. Was it next? No, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
We're doing an episode on friendships.
Yes.
All righty. Good night.
All right. Good night. Thanks,
night.
everybody.